A few weeks ago, when we were recording episode 11 of Welcome to the Bone Era, D&D Beyond, the system which we use for all our character sheets, I use it for all my encounters and everything you may have heard of it, was down. I couldn't load any of my DMing stuff. None of my players had any access to their characters, and I didn't have any access to any of the NPCs I had made, so we weren't able to actually move on with the story. It was also a day that we decided to start playing early, so that we had an extra long session, which we do sometimes. This became a problem quickly when we weren't actually able to continue the story at the time that we started. So we all decided that we would change the story around just a bit, or add in an extra scene where for an hour and a half, or really until we got access to our character sheets, we would just roleplay for a while. The players decided that at some point on the trip from Arkala to Omniasari, they sat down in the galley of the ship, and they just talked to each other. They enjoyed each other's company and asked each other questions about their pasts. So, please enjoy this bonus episode, Backstories at Sea, where we learn some stuff about all of the Bone Era.
Well, we got a little bit more character roleplay if we're backing it up.
Yes. So, backing it up a few days.
Now we're forced to do it, guys.
Lilia.
Yes.
You have had roughly 9 days on the boat.
So we're not sick anymore.
No, you've gotten used to it by now if you were ever seasick. And you had a few things you wanted to do, specifically talking to Shar about the moonflowers.
Wow.
So, you find Shar at some point during this time.
When she's trying to do the thing where she's like stuffing the moonflowers into the rum bottle.
Wait, yeah. Have I
happen.
done that already? I was
yes.
definitely by myself when I did that, though. So.
But were you like below deck?
Yeah, I guess we are all sleeping.
It's
in one
on a
area.
ship.
It's
There's
a
not
ship.
that much privacy.
I'm
Okay.
sleeping in a different area.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I guess you find me when I'm doing
I'm
that.
like, I just kind of am evaporating wherever at this point
Cool.
since I'm like
Cool.
retconning
Sweet.
myself into the story.
Oh,
I happened
cheese
upon
is
you.
there, Jason.
So
Okay, cool. Yeah, you find me when I'm just
So
kind of
I happen upon you while you're just doing.
Basically, what's happened is I found I have the bottle, the giant bottle or Alakian gave me, and then I found like another like kind of shittier bottle. I poured half the rum into the shittier bottle, and now I'm kind of putting the moonflowers in there one by one because I'm trying like not to crush them, except the act of pushing them down is crushing them anyway. So I just look kind of stupid and pointless, just kind of pushing it in like that.
And that's what I watch
Doing
for
your
a little
best.
bit.
Yeah.
You're doing your
I'm like
best.
so delicate, and then it's like I kind of have to squish it in order to get it to fit.
So I like walk by, and initially I was just going to like go on my merry way and go fuck off someplace else. And I look over and I see this happening, and I watch for like a good probably minute before being like, so what's with the moonflowers?
I explain. Now I'm gonna just basically explain the process.
Roleplay it, damn it.
Damn it! Roleplay this. Okay.
Practice.
Okay. I'm putting them in here to make a tincture thing. I know we had to leave so fast. I want to make sure they stayed intact.
Sure,
as I
sure.
crush it and push it in there.
Why do you need them?
I read somewhere that moonflowers had like these really, I don't know, special magical qualities that if someone was sick, they might be able to cure them, even though we've never really known what they do exactly, I suppose.
Is it someone from home?
Yeah, I had to leave in a hurry before someone I know who was sick got better, so I thought maybe if I could send these back.
Where is back?
This feels really pointless, actually, now that I'm talking about it.
I don't think it's pointless. Especially if, I'm assuming you're doing that to preserve them, right?
Yeah.
And like, it'll still have a good end goal, even if it's not the one you intended.
I can't even send a letter back home, let alone a jug of moonflowers. I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't think it's a bad thing to pursue. I was just wondering where home was, or is, or existed. Should I be using past tense? I'm so sorry.
No, it's definitely. I'm from Vesa, so it's still south.
Okay.
South.
That
south.
island.
Yeah.
That island.
Ah, I see on a map. Nice.
Yeah, but because of what's going on in Honderi, I can't get like a letter
go
south
back.
of
Yep.
it. Yeah.
Oof. I'm sorry.
It's rough, buddy.
Yeah. It's fucking rough,
Feels
buddy.
bad, man.
Yeah, it's a real bad man. Well, if I don't know how much help I can be with preserving herbs. I don't have much of a green thumb myself. I tend to kill things. So, but if you want help,
Sure.
I'm sorry.
I hand her the other thing, and then there's like the basket of moonflowers.
Sure.
I like hop down cross-legged and like also start.
You're on the floor of one of the like
Yeah.
rooms. Yeah. Sort of cramped on this ship. I mean, it's a pretty large ship, but there's 25 people on it. Even these relatively large seafaring vessels, not that much room, not that much privacy, but you manage to find enough to shove some moonflowers in some rum.
Yeah.
An effective tincture it may make.
I feel like we've had these for so long now. These moonflowers.
But you got them to someone who can preserve them.
I mean, I guess.
Really only been a week. Oh my god.
I don't know.
Something like
It's been a very exciting week and a
It's been a
half.
very long week and a half.
Kind of feels like the only thing I have control over at this point, whether or not
That's worth
I'm
controlling.
able to send them back or not.
Yeah, that's absolutely worth controlling.
Whatever.
I mean, you're talking to someone who's tried to have control over so many things for such a long time, when literally I am controlled by the god of chaos. Well, not controlled, but he certainly is more helpful when I talk to him than when I try to ignore him. So, control what you can.
Yeah, seems like. I don't know. Seems like that's at odds with everything.
Yeah, well, everything's a bit at odds with everything else at this point in time. I mean, we just watched the capital city blow up. So,
Yeah, I wonder what that was about.
wait, hold on. Outside, did everyone else hear that Morlos was on the third or on the 100th level?
Right,
or is
we
that
were-
just a me conversation?
No, I mean, you were.
I let everyone know.
Wait, on
Yeah.
of the prison, so Morlov's
Yeah.
got out too?
No. He's
no,
on the
no.
100th level.
That's
100th.
just
That
where he
was
is.
that was in the kobold
yeah.
building, right?
So
Even worse.
Wait,
Yeah.
then I'm sorry. What does that have to do with the port that blew up?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't talking about the port. I was talking about a capital.
Oh, the capital,
But also the
right.
port that blew up, and I'm sure that the port blowing up was. How many revolutions have you watched happen?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 19. It's one.
I saw revolution by the time I was 17. I don't know what people's lives are like. Anyways, people don't really like it when others start talking loudly about things that the main power source doesn't like.
Yeah.
So a resistance group has to be squashed according to whoever is in power at that point in time. It's awful and it sucks, and I'm glad that they have a resistance group there to try to fight against it, but
Well, doesn't seem like that did too hot.
no. There was not. I mean, honestly, how do you combat against a warship like that?
I've been thinking about those cat tanks recently that we saw way back when.
Yep. Those are awful.
I wonder if that's what Damien saw.
You knew, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he was aiming to try and,
Yeah.
with Jared, to dismantle.
We don't
didn't
even know
work.
if they're alive.
Yeah.
We know Damien's
We should
alive.
call
Well,
him
we
again.
haven't called him in a few days.
We should call him again.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's something we should start looking into, I think.
What?
Cat tanks.
Oh.
Well, if we can talk to Damien, maybe he'd be able to tell us something.
He also might be.
Well, yeah, also. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's fucked up, but...
I'm
In a
not,
tight
You're not here. You're not here.
I'm not sure at this point the cat tanks are a problem.
No.
I mean, if Salvador has all of those stones of he whose name I cannot say.
Which three does he have?
Well,
What was the one he got out of the group? Because we had two.
We got a black one,
You got a
right?
black one. Yes.
Which I can
Necromancy.
only assume is death, yeah.
Probably necrotic school. 'Cause you said each one's from a pool of magic.
Yeah.
So that would make sense if it was inside the giant demon monster.
Yes.
And then the two we had were purple
Yellow
and yellow.
and yellow.
Purple and yellow.
Yellow and yellow.
Invisibility.
Purple and yellow. Purple and purple.
You never identified the purple one,
Oh, we just know it was the portal one.
They created a portal.
so you can guess based on knowledge of its conjuration.
It's the space infinity stone.
Exactly.
It's the scary one that you don't want to use.
Yes. So as far as you guys
All
know,
of them are the
he
scary
has.
ones we don't want.
Yeah,
He
but that one's
has-
extra.
When will you learn?
'Cause we'll
When will you learn?
As far as you guys know, he has illusion, conjuration, and necromancy. But
yeah, and my
Lovely.
infinity gauntlet is ruined.
So I say, I mean, if we're going to do anything to stop the whole Salvador situation, let's find the other stone.
How many are there?
how many are there?
I don't know.
How many
I
schools
think
of magic?
Counted them myself.
Seven.
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 Okay, so he only has less than half.
Right. Well,
That we know of.
that we know of. He might.
Yeah.
We just need to get the other four.
But I mean, I
Kieran,
can.
you have seen one in a dream.
Yes.
Yes,
I
we
can
have.
try
The
to.
red one.
I can try to talk to Yarn at some point, see if I can't get any sort of direction from him on where we should go. But at this point, Salvador is untouchable,
Well-
especially if he's got Elena next to him. Elena,
Tracked
whatever.
the red
That
one
Elena.
in
You are literally I am Confucian.
Why is this one Kansas?
And this one is not
Kansas. American Explain.
Well,
What you mean it's Elena?
we know one was in Scorch Pass, and we're going
Yeah.
to Scorch
So-
Pass.
So it might be a good idea to scrounge around for a stone. I won't touch it. Unless it calls
I'll
out to
touch
me
it.
again, which I really hope it doesn't, because that
I'll
would be
touch it.
really horrible.
Yeah.
But
Maybe Nigel would be able to offer some insight. Maybe we
he,
should talk to him.
that's a good idea.
That's
That's a good idea. I don't know how much religious knowledge he has, but it's worth a conversation. Although maybe I should not be the one to have that conversation with him.
We should ask
forgave
Nala
you.
to talk to
You
him.
guys are
Because
fine.
Nala and Nigel
We've
are
let
tight
bygones
now.
be bygones.
What?
We should ask Nala to talk to him because Nala and Nigel are tight.
They buds.
Yeah.
Magic buds.
Nala gave him that book, and Nigel's been talking to her a lot now.
Agreed.
I gotta get my regular D&D notes.
So,
Should we go find Kieran and see if we can give Damien a call?
yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Ring ring.
We go find Kieran.
Great. You
Warzone.
find Kieran. Kieran is
Hanging
With their
out.
nose.
hanging out.
I'm
Learning
on,
how to
I'm on
drive a
deck
boat.
trying to look good.
Okay. What you're doing
But
is
failing.
you're leaning. You're like you've got your arm up in one of the ropes. You're just sort of leaning
Trying to
out,
be dashing.
and the wind is going through your hair.
I don't have my hat on yet.
It's almost off.
Nothing's gonna go well. I don't have my hat. It's fine. Oh god, you don't really have to do that.
Let's go get the hat. It's very
It's not
I need it
Kieran
for my
without the
role.
hat.
Yeah.
My scrunchie's not good luck.
It's a very nice
bad
one.
luck
Not that
scrunchie.
I've ever gotten anything good out of wearing this hat.
No. Success.
Yay.
Gotta take the scrunchie off.
Yeah, it's not going to work with the hat.
You can wear it further back.
Good roleplay scene, though.
Yay.
We're getting better.
I just want to know people's backstory.
Well, it's
Have I
it's-
have I told
like I
everyone
told-
mine?
yeah.
I feel like mine is pretty open.
Want a drink?
Wife and kids
No,
are
I'm good. I
dead.
got water.
It's like I told you guys the other day. None of you have asked about the eye.
Someone should ask about the guy.
Well, because
God, Wayne, you can't just ask people why they don't have an eye.
We've tried to talk to you about backstory before, and then Wynn's like, no.
I don't know where my
Well,
taser
things are different now.
A little bit of me is like, can I request someone to roll a persuasion check on me?
put
Do I
that
do it?
Tell if I'm lying.
No, to see if I actually do tell you anything.
I would say, I keep
don't know where
dropping
it went.
hints about my backstory that no one has taken me up on.
I feel like everyone kind of knows mine. Everyone's dead. It's sad.
We should just keep
Although we
bouncing
don't
around
really
and
know
talking.
much about
I don't know if
your...
our characters know your backstory.
I mean, we could,
That's
if we
true.
do want
I
to do
think
like...
you just told us.
We should, since we're just doing this
If
anyway.
we do want to do backstory sharing, we could like have a night where we're all drinking on the boat.
I'd be down for that.
sounds great.
Yeah, we can do that.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
See, we turned this into.
This is productive.
We're making the best of
This
it.
is like
Okay.
4 or 5 days before the battle.
Yes,
Yeah.
this
So
is
not hungover.
timey-wimey weirdness.
Yeah.
None of this timeline makes sense.
Nope.
But at some point in these days, hell, this could be after the battle, provided nobody's dead. Because then you have about 20 days to get to Omniasari, so there's so many days on this boat.
You just sit down one day with your drink. You're like, I don't know anything about these people.
We're gonna.
That's actually probably me. Like I sit, like I see everyone around.
Oh my god.
So I don't
You're,
know
like, tuning your
anything
thing.
about you.
We've been together for so long.
That's a little weird,
And yet-
I think.
We're all like in a circle. You're like against Daisy, like a
How long have you
pillow.
been together? A little over a month.
yeah.
So,
done
one
so
of these
much
nights, Ernesto calls sort of a
Powwow.
gathering, basically just skeleton crew working, and he calls everybody together to the galley and downstairs and whatnot, and doubles everybody's rum ration. Because he's just
Backstories if Ernesto's there. I don't know if it's him.
Why not?
Hey.
Why can't it just be the 5 of us?
But
a
I'm
small
just
boat.
so I'm just describing the scene. So there's sailors everywhere, relatively inebriated, but everybody's sort of going off in their own cliques. Ernesto and Alakian are busy shooting the shit and playing a game on the deck of the ship.
So there, wait, I'm gonna arrange it.
It's very
I
important.
really like the boat. Okay?
The boat
I like
is the
playing
boat.
with the
I'm
boat.
really happy that the boat
It makes me
exists.
feel like I've got a dollhouse.
It's so dangerous for me.
It's exactly what it is.
Oh, I didn't get one of those.
You guys find
hand those over.
a table down in the galley, and you're sort of sitting around it. The chef, who I forget the name of, but I definitely
Ooh, what was
invented
her
one.
name?
Did you get a crafting or something?
I did, and they're so soft.
She didn't have a name.
Did it start with a G?
No, her name's Bianca.
Bianca.
Yes.
That's her
I
name.
knew it was a B name.
She is serving food and beverages. There's also ale. And you are drinking and
Oh wait, I gotta put
eating,
thing.
and you have a wonderful night. During which you can do whatever.
So I was thinking,
Let me turn on some tavern music because it's more interesting than
Just water.
water.
Water sounds.
I want you guys to know that I'm never drinking
we get
out
the
of
tavern
any
music
other
and the
cup
water
again
at the same
for
time?
the rest of my life.
Unfortunately, I'd have to make that audio file.
Ah.
I have Battle and Storm.
You could put on like rainymood.com.
Wait, yeah, I can play it on my computer.
Okay, fine.
Oh no, I don't.
I was joking.
It's fine.
I was joking.
No.
They're here to serve.
There. Water noise and tavern music. Success!
perfect.
Wow.
Carry on.
So,
All right.
I'm like, so, you know what I've been thinking about? We've been traveling together for what, a month and a half? Went through, gone down a competition together, had a capital blow up in our faces, fought some demons. I mean, that's not even including the werewolves and the freaky transporting house. I don't know a thing about any of you. Not one.
I mean, I don't have an explanation as to why you look dead all the time.
You know my boyfriend?
But yeah, I know more about your boyfriend than I do about you. Well, and if you want an
He's a friendly
explanation
guy.
to why I look dead, it's because I'm an asthma.
Right? And what's that?
Oh God, you've never heard of asthmas? Oh, okay.
Reasonable question.
I don't get out much.
Well, I thought do all of you not know what an asthma is?
I've heard of your kind.
We all just kind of look at each other like.
I'd like
Actually,
to think
everybody-
that I probably do.
I know you don't have character sheets, but just make it a +4 and roll a history check.
Oh no, I know
Okay.
mine's +1.
Okay, even
No, that's fine. That's a
Ooh, I have a
natural
pretty
1 on
good
my end,
history.
so it's fine.
9.
20 with the 4.
Plus
I
5
know
for me.
nothing.
You say you got a 9.
9.
Oh yeah, where's my little thing?
23.
Okay.
I know it's there.
Shar and Kieran do know what an asthma is, or at least know the basic idea. Nala has no idea, and neither does Rin.
I know. I've heard the word. Just don't know what it is.
Oh, so basically, my parents were humans. And they prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed that their child would be blessed with, blessed from the gods. So basically, when I was born, I was blessed by the gods to have like some sort of godlike powers. So basically, it's I'm trying to find the most layperson terms to put this in. It's not like I'm a demigod, but I'm not.
Concept.
Like it's like my parents and my original goddess. Her name is Lyria. It's like my parents and Lyria had a threesome, and then there was me.
All right.
Oh,
Is the best way I can describe it. So I mean, I'm not like immortal or anything.
Interesting.
is that why your name is Lilia,
Like,
like Lyria? Is that why your name is Lilia?
Unfortunately,
Like Lyria?
I think it's a pretty name.
Well, thank you. My parents were.
It's in my noggin.
My parents were a bit of the religious fanatic type, so
Same.
I didn't get out much until I was about 16, 17. Grew up inside a house doing nothing, taking a lot of music lessons.
check your texts, Jason. I just sent you that letter your dad sent you a long time ago. I just forgot to send it to you and just remembered. So.
Thank you.
Anyway.
So, I mean, that's why, so that's why I'm an asthma, and then I look half dead because my original goddess abandoned me. And that's what happened. So, you know, Joanna, she's pretty and glowing, and
It smells nice.
smells nice. And
And what else will
like the faintest hint of pain
Backhands me.
comes into
cute.
Lilia's cheeks.
Cute.
Can't tell if it's like quite there or not because it's still like so sallow. But anyways, well, so she looks the way she does because she is still a devotee of her original god. Meanwhile, because mine abandoned me, I technically fell.
Okay.
So
What was wrong with you that your god chose to abandon
Damn,
you?
Win.
wow, what was wrong with you? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, well, tonight's a night for
Win.
inquiries.
To be fair.
Hold on.
All right.
Well, I wasn't exactly,
It wasn't as much as I thought.
not good enough. There wasn't anything. It was more of I had some conflicting instructions. That I ended up doing some things that my god frowned upon, even though she told me to do them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did you kill someone?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I didn't technically kill anybody.
Technically.
I made people kill each other. Oh. But I didn't kill anyone.
I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah, no, I mean...
I've
all been there. I've never been there. Well, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Some blank
Jesus.
spots.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's about me,
Good to know.
We're already drunk.
So what about you? How did you...
Yeah, what's wrong with you that made you come?
What's wrong with you that you don't have
your
an eye
eye?
and you have an extra one someplace?
I just asked Win what was up with his eye.
Okay.
Somebody stabbed it out with a fork because he wasn't good enough.
Did someone stab you with a fork, Win?
It was the
explain
evil
a
twin
lot.
brother, wasn't it?
Oh, God.
No.
I like to believe Nala completely believes that.
I'm a twin. He's a dick.
No, I do. Well, you know my sister. She is my twin. Not identical, of
Not an
course.
evil twin.
But we do look fairly similar. Just clears his throat. Finishes his drink. I was betrayed by someone in whom I had placed very little trust to begin with. But Abby and I, we were sent on a mission. We were going to be recovering an item from people who deserved it less. Was our order. And they were. It turns out they were better armed than we thought they would be. In my haste to grab the item and just make a run for it, it was the person who sent us on this mission was, or rather had neglected to mention that the item was cursed. Cursed to attack anyone who didn't know how to use it properly. So, reaching into a cart, finding the glowing thing, and finding out 1 moment later that you don't have an eye anymore, happens.
Don't have an eye, don't have a soul. Who else has lost
Is
things?
that when you and Allie stopped talking?
No, we
Abby, sorry. Shar is wasted, obliterated at this point. Like everything's like starting
Like the
together.
teenager who drinks a single Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah, right. She's a
I was,
19-year-old health, guys. Takes like hundreds of years for their alcohol tolerance to develop.
right. No, we were 15 when this happened.
Oof.
And it was only a couple of years later that we were able to get away from that person, and then, well, Abby was invited to join a group of female pirates when we were 18, I think, and she left. I decided there was no reason to stay in Penshot anymore, so
Is this person that did this still alive?
yes.
Is there any chance we're gonna run into him? Her, him, then?
God, I hope so.
Haven't we heard
I have no idea.
Didn't when we fought on the boat last time? Wasn't there a name mentioned at some point?
I mean,
There was an eye for an
not
eye
that
thing.
person specifically.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Remember we
It was
found
like, tell
note
the
with
other
letters.
Well, we found the note to
Abby.
Abby.
well, from
Abby. From Abby.
From
From Abby to the pirate captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Abby is the pirate queen now.
Yep. Funny how that works.
to the Black
Pirate.
Chateau.
Well, from the Black. I mean,
From
she
the
is
Black
the Black
Chateau.
Chateau.
She is the Black Chateau.
And yeah.
Which Jack also belongs to.
How come you didn't want to be a pirate?
Oh, I was
Oh,
on and off for quite a while.
was it fun?
I mean, I enjoyed it. No, I mean, there's no reason not to. You're your own person. You're living your own life, living by your rules. I just
Pillaging.
needed to get away from home for a while, and I never looked back.
Did you ever miss it?
Not really. When I was there, it was a lot of wooden floors and cold nights and being alone.
At least you had floors. Now we just sleep on the ground.
No. Being a sword for hire, it's had its perks. I get to make my own rules, my own timetable, my own bedtime.
That's fair.
Pirates now have a strict bedtime of 9:30 p.m. on the weekdays and
New
11 on the
rule that Abby
weekends.
made, yeah.
Responsible piracy.
Yes.
Maybe Jack. Fits into his moral code.
Yep.
Bedtime.
Bedtime. We as pirates no longer respect hustle culture. We will go to bed at a strict 10 p.m.
11 on the weekends.
Yep. But if you're asking about the eye specifically, this one, that was a gift.
After you lost your eye,
Yes.
you got the new eye.
Yes. About a few months later.
Oh. Was it from the same person whose fault it was that you lost the eye in the first place?
No, they were not the generous type.
Oh.
This was from a a friend.
How's
I'm
Daisy
gonna get a
looking?
refill.
How's Daisy looking?
Lilia's like
I'm like
reclining
lounging.
on Daisy. Yeah. Daisy's doing that. You want to know what Daisy's doing? Daisy's doing
Yeah,
that.
Daisy is played by Lamar.
Licking.
Do we know your honor becoming?
Sorry.
We don't know anything.
We don't know anything?
I
Yeah.
don't know anything. Just assume that no one knows.
So, how did you get out here, Nala?
Well, as customary within my clan, every dragon initiate needs to go upon their travel to find their becoming. The journey itself is never really... It's not like a concrete path. It's kind of like an intuitive journey where you just travel and overcome any challenges or anything that just happen upon you in your life. And many tribesmen will return, mostly due to falling in love or finding a calling. There's only been one true individual that's done a complete becoming, and that legend is so old that it's not really known what's to actually occur upon the end of their journey.
Yeah.
Most clansmen that have told me of their becoming tell me fairly similar stories. They go off into the world, finding adventure and discovering knowledge they hadn't been aware of, being introduced to philosophies and cultures they've never really experienced. And a lot of it can be seen as just a coming-of-age journey, but my clan in particular views the becoming as a evolution of oneself, if that's the best way I can put it. Just being able to completely remake yourself into something different and something new and something better.
So how do you know when it's done?
Well, I do know I'm on my way. Unfortunately, we're under the deck. I would show you that my flame abilities have altered recently.
Right, I did see that. You did that hand thing.
That hand thing.
Do the magic hand thing.
I put my hand out of the ship and just hold a firebolt. And it's a lot
big
bigger.
and gold.
Yeah, it's big and golden now.
Wow. So it's like legitimately, it's not just like an internal transformation, like you actually see results from it. Mm-hmm. It's fascinating.
And I want to thank you all for allowing me to choose our next destination to Omniasari. I am hoping to meet with this individual, Escandula, that my father has told me to meet with. Hopefully they will be able to give me some insight as to what would be the best route for my becoming.
Your father?
A friend of my father, apparently. Escandula is an individual I'm going to have to seek out
Did you
once
get
we pull
a letter?
into... Oh, yes, of course. I got this on the first time we were in the capital.
I think that's when it was.
Yeah, well, it was literally the day after we disrupted the king's hunters, the traitor hunters. We destroyed their temple and were able to get some information through that poor James boy.
Char is visibly upset at the mention that someone else has gotten a letter.
Aww.
I mean, do you want to read it? It's just a letter from my father.
Sure, I'll read the letter.
Okay.
I read the letter.
Here you go.
Oh, cool.
Well, I did read it out loud before, but
Yeah,
it was a
you
while
did
ago.
read it out loud
Well, I'm
before,
gonna
but-
read it again. I don't remember.
Okay. The letter reads, you know, stuff about.
Yeah,
Where
my
to
dad,
go.
my family's very proud of me and everything like that. So I want to thank you all for allowing me to choose this destination and for accompanying me on this voyage. Kieran, do you need any assistance?
No, he's fine. He's an old man.
And you got it.
It's just the 5 of us down under, right? It's not just. So-
I mean, around you there are sailors also drinking. Some of
Other
them are
tables,
playing
yeah.
games. Bianca is there serving food.
Yeah. But we're not alone.
Yeah, there's no alone on this ship
Gotcha.
ever, really. But you
the-
guys have found like a table where you are specifically hanging.
We're just around a little table.
Is the captain?
He's on the deck with Alakian.
And Nigel.
top. They're up top. Okay.
Yes, and Nigel is busy reading.
Is he still reading the old common book?
They've got a variety of books apparently that they're able to read. They have their own spell book.
Well, I know they do.
I have a question. Is fire your clan's thing? I know with different dragonborns, they do different things.
Yes. My clan, the Kimbatu clan, can be easily seen. All golden dragonborn fall underneath my clan. Now, a clan and family group in Dragonborn society are very different. My father is a golden dragonborn.
Most Kimbatul are golden.
Most.
Sorry.
Most Kimbatul are golden.
Oh, I thought
Not
all
all of them?
goldens were Kimbatu.
Oh, not all Goldens are Kimbatul, but like all Kimbatuls are golden.
Ah,
Just for added
That's
flavor as far as
That makes sense.
that makes sense.
So
it's like the square and rectangle thing.
I took
Yeah.
the clan name of my father being from his ancestral descent. My mother is from a different clan. She is a blue dragonborn, and my hatchling brothers and sisters of her ancestry are part of her clan.
But not you?
Not me. I am a
So you
part of my
guys
father's ancestral
segregate
clan.
based on
How
color.
does that? Is it random how
Well,
that
it's
happens?
not
Segregation's
on
a strong
color,
word.
because with the color of
So are you better
your-
because you're gold, or?
Well, I'm no better or worse than any other dragonborn.
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
I have 3 hatchlings and
And they're all blue, and you're the only golden?
no, I have 1 sister, but I have 3 hatch brothers from my mother's side. So
Oh. So
I
2
have-
of you are golden,
Yes.
2 of you are blue.
3 are blue, 2 are
Oh.
golden. So me and my sister, and then I have 2 brothers and a sister on my mother's side.
That's cool.
Now, as I was saying, being a golden dragonborn, I was raised with my family for about 3 years. But after those first 3 years, the children are sent off to their ancestral city-states, where all the dragonborn from that particular culture, I'm pointing at my scales, originated from. It's from there that you are introduced to the arcane powers that have been bestowed upon you from your
Download it.
ancestral dragon. So for me, that is why that fire is very much my affinity. Now, through my studies, it was discovered that I have a much deeper connection to the arcane, which is why I've been schooled in magic in different ways other than what a standard wizard would be. It's a lot of my spells and magic that I come across is through just trial and error. I just do a challenge or have a particular puzzle that needs to be solved in a particular way, and in most cases a magical entity or magical element will reveal itself unto me. Unfortunately, unlike most arcane studies, such as wizardry or warlocks or any others, study, which is primarily how arcane abilities are discovered, is not really my forte. It's usually more of just a response to a challenge or an event in my life.
So have you seen any of your siblings since you went off?
Since
Do you
we
get to like
left,
visit home?
Yes, we do come
holidays?
back together. Well, I assume there are draconic.
They're draconic. Make them up, dude.
Yeah,
I haven't invented anything about
We
Gothland.
do have various holidays and festivals that occur that ask for all the families to to come together. It's very much celebrated outside of the clans. Usually, a lot of draconic cultures derive around your immediate clan, but there are a few festivals and a few holidays that promote family bonding. Funny enough, that's where most times that the parents will come together, and have an evening in, as they say.
So your parents are usually separated then?
Yes. Well, my father works, and my mother is a cleric of Bahamut, so she also travels.
Cleric, you say? I know one of those.
Were you close with your parents?
I was much closer with my father. He's the one that raised me, than my mother. I see my mother every few times I get home for our various holidays, but no, I mostly was raised by my father.
Lilia's gotten a little bit quiet with all of the parent talk.
I do miss home, but I'm pretty certain it's going to be a little while till I make it back.
Well, we're on our way to my home, so
I am excited.
guess I'll
to
be back
see-
soon.
I'm excited to
Are
see your
you
home.
okay going back home?
not at all. But here we go.
Why did you leave in the first place? I know you said like the family's dead.
Everyone
but
died.
Everyone. Okay.
Almost everyone died. Not just my family, but basically everyone died.
Is it possible that anyone survived?
Well, probably not, since everyone's throat was cut.
Ooh.
So probably not.
Only around you, though.
Well, the whole like monastery.
Sure, but it's a larger town than that.
Yeah.
It's possible.
But I
that
meant
people
like people that were there.
Right.
Not my family.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it's possible that people in Scorch Pass survived. The whole town wasn't completely razed. But the temple was certainly a massacre.
I am excited to see where you're from.
Well, that's one of us.
I'll say it's Scorch
Is
Pass.
my house still there?
You don't know.
I'll have to find out.
Oh. That sounds like a whole can of worms I don't want to open. The house I raised my children in.
The desert is like it's something I've never experienced really in my entire life.
It sucks.
I grew up in mountains.
The desert sucks. So
Like what?
you're not
didn't
missing
say
much.
anything.
Oh. Yeah.
Desert sucks.
Yeah,
It does suck. It's hot.
I've never been to the desert.
Yeah, neither have I. I mean, it's always interested me, I guess. Like, I don't know why people would go and settle a place that has no water.
Kieran, make a history check.
17.
Okay. Scorch Pass was not always as dry. The desert has been slowly encroaching west.
Okay.
So it's moving.
The desert grows.
Desert's moving.
It grows like the Sahara Desert in real life.
Yeah. It moves.
I don't know that.
It's coming.
I didn't know deserts could move.
Yeah,
sure do.
they get bigger. Yeah.
That's not terrifying. So everything just becomes like it used to be lush, and now it's just all desert.
Yeah.
Not lush.
Not lush,
It
but
was-
like
it
I
was
grew up a farmer's
dry, but
son.
less. Yeah,
More
less.
like
bad.
brush then.
Yeah, my father's farm was
Not
covered
yet.
by the time I finished school.
So how did you be? What made you decide to pursue being a cleric?
Or were you a cleric
when
before?
when you're in Scorch Pass, because of the large monastery that was, I don't know if they're rehabilitating the monastery or not.
You haven't been there long.
When you turn 5, everyone goes to the city center and there's a test to see if you could become a cleric of Palor, and I passed. So I spent the rest of my childhood learning the craft, becoming a cleric.
They test you at 5.
Well, that's why the monastery at Paler is so good at healing, because they start so early.
Like Time Lords.
Yeah. They start young, and then they train you up. And then when you turn... I don't remember what age I made my kid when he died. 17? When you turn something,
He wasn't
you have
that
a
age.
final test. 15?
Yeah, something.
Might be 15. You have a final test, and that's when you become a full cleric.
Oh, God, so you must have had kids really young then.
My early 20s.
Yeah.
My first son.
Yikes.
Do you?
My mom had me when she was 600.
I was
Which I think is an appropriate age.
I was
to have children.
not 600, but I met
Yes,
My
everyone
wife-
should wait until 6.
I met my wife when I was 7, so
Oh,
we waited a while.
I would hope so.
I wanted to ask, do you feel more connected to your god since meeting Anuka?
My current god, yes.
No.
I'm just as detached from Paler as I've always been at this point.
But do you feel that your connection to Weejas is getting
Sure.
stronger?
Well, I found out that she's a girl, so that's cool. It's good to know things like your god's gender and such.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Who needs gender?
Anuka's like, yeah, isn't we just such a nice lady? She's a what?
Oh, that's funny. Forgot about that.
Yeah, Anuka made her a bit more approachable. There were also some misunderstandings that we figured out between the two of us during that same time, so.
Like misunderstandings about your god?
No, me and we just had some
Oh,
misunderstandings that we
got it.
figured out.
I hear that one.
I thought she was responsible for certain things that she wasn't responsible for. She merely took advantage of a situation.
Well, it's like I've heard it said, why would a death god need to do anything but wait?
Yes.
I was raised religious, but I haven't prayed in God knows how long.
What religion
Gods
did your
knows.
family practice?
Phalini,
Yeah, that's her name.
the elf one.
I know nothing about elven practices. I do not, I shit you not, I literally stayed in our castle until I was 16.
Well, our god is stupid and pointless and doesn't care about us, so fuck that noise.
I look up to see if there's any like rumbles.
That's the funny
Ship
thing that
rumble.
It's like, what's the point, you know?
If there's anything I've learned about gods in the last literally month and a half, is that they just because you don't understand what they're doing doesn't mean they're not doing something understandable. Doesn't make anything better. It just that, like, even if I'm not saying that you should start praying to this god or whatever, but like,
If that's the
be
case,
careful
though,
who you insult.
if that's the case, though, and they're only showing up for the things that they deem important, I also
I didn't say gods were
have
perfect.
a lot of fundamental issues with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't know. I've never had a god personally interfere in my life.
We high five.
I was always taught by my mom that you don't need to pray to the gods. Just give them the respect.
I guess.
I suppose.
As many
mean-
times as I've brought you fuckers back to life,
I
at least one of them.
Maybe I should
have
pick
some
one of
res-
your gods instead.
I respect Weejas, but Lyria can kiss my ass.
Yeah, Paler wasn't much help.
I could do a god swap, kind of like wife swap, but god swap.
No, you just try it on.
Yeah.
Try
If I
it
like
for
this
1
one
week
better.
and then try it your way for another week.
I don't know if I'm allowed to participate in that when my entire abilities rely on.
In between conversations,
I'm just
can I
completely
eavesdrop
worthless for a
on
week.
what the other
Same.
crewmen are possibly talking about?
Sure, make a perception check.
Where's Ernesto?
Do you know your perception?
+1, 6.
I mean, the thing is, it's a sort of a cacophony. There's lots of laughing, there's cheering, there's some card games and dice games going on around you. Some of them, you do notice, like,
said I'm just
2
keeping refreshing.
extremely
I'll let
drunk
you know.
sailors,
Yeah.
like, who are sort of wobbling through the center sort of aisle and sort of heading up to the deck, and they're doing the whole "I love you, man" thing to each other.
No, you're my best friend in the whole world.
My first mate.
But yeah, mostly it's sort of a cacophonous noise.
Where's Ernesto at?
They're on the deck.
Are we on the deck?
No, we're on.
We're down in the yeah.
Unless you want to at some point go up to the deck.
Poke your head up. Go downstairs.
He like
my man.
smiles.
We let push
Hey.
Kieran out through the hole, and so we can like hold him up, so we can peer up.
I have
the
a
side.
history of seasickness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna caution against that.
Lilia, make a perception check for me.
Oh goodness! Time for a gnome to make an appearance. Isn't it?
Hey,
There's always a gnome around.
we can't stop here. This is your country.
Hey, that's not bad. 18.
Okay. At some point during the night, you do, as you're sort of having conversations and whatnot. Interestingly, the number of people at different tables around you adds an additional one very short man every once in a while, and then it goes back down to the whoever was there before.
I look up, like, just this is amidst conversation. It's more for flavor, less for people to actually pay attention to. But I look up and I just roll my eyes, like, continue doing what I'm doing.
Sure.
I'd like to draw the 4 of them, just blackout drunk, like as I'm seeing them.
Okay. You are drawing. Okay. Make a performance check. Do you remember your performance?
That's charisma, so that's +4.
Yeah.
That's 17.
It's a really decent sketch, especially have you been imbibing?
No,
No,
not
because
really.
Nala doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't.
She's been eating some
Beef jerky,
Beef
apparently.
jerky.
Yeah.
Berries. She's got berries.
Jerky.
still.
There's
They're like raw at
jerky.
this
It like
point.
doesn't make sense.
Berries and
My
jerky.
bed.
I lost my berries.
Still haven't found my
So I
bed.
got a nice drawing. I'm gonna hold it up to Lily and ask her to sing her little song.
I do.
Okay. Lilia sings the song that she was gifted by Yaren, and the drawing of you guys, the sketch, basically starts dancing
Being
to
drunk.
the music that's being played on the
What are we
galley
doing
of
in the
ship.
sketch? Like, how did you
We're
draw
drinking.
us?
Well, everyone's just
It's around the table.
Yeah, it's around the
Okay.
table is what I'm singing. So everyone's you're drinking but talking, you're listening, and you're tilting your hat and drinking. You're
Drinking.
You're just
Down
really up there.
Guzzling.
Guzzling.
In the animated
eyes,
version,
and the eye
it's
is
just,
going off.
it's just like moving,
Yes,
glugging
yes.
down this thing.
You set it down, and then the eye goes off, and then you're
That's not how the eye works.
In this picture.
Yeah, it's artistic interpretation.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in my book.
Okay.
Aw,
So
you guys are great.
at some point during the night,
Look at that backstory, friends.
Lilia, you end up on the deck
Were we supposed to ask?
because you're wandering around or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just putting you
Yeah.
places.
Cool. I like being on the deck. I
Um,
probably will spend a lot of time up on the upper echelon of the boat.
Well,
anyways.
good, because while you're there is a Robin Hood dressed little gnome sitting on the front portion, like on the
bow.
On the bow.
the thing that sticks out. He sort of like turns around.
Oh, there is a gnome.
I like, at least this is how I picture. Like, I like walk up and like just kind of like, oh, good God!
Sure. Because he wasn't there as you walked up to the thing. Then he suddenly was, and he turns around, sort of stands up and balances his way down. Says, "Oh, well,
Hello.
good to see you there."
Good to see you too. What are you doing here?
Daisy came too.
Is Daisy with her?
I don't know. Yeah, Daisy's following me.
I'm next on.
She's my
He
dog.
says, "Well, the developments as of late are quite something, I'd say, but really I was just visiting, here to check on All of you. Huh.
Well,
Things are pretty drastic at the moment. But I don't know what the time scale of what's actually going to go down is. I don't know what anyone's planning, and I feel a bit out of the loop. As far as a god goes, I feel a bit useless and annoyed.
that concerns me, considering you were one of the integral members that helped, put
Yes.
away some bad people.
There is another group at work here, somewhere. But they're hidden from me and my friends, including Lyria, including Pelor. Something is hiding them from the gods.
Ooh. How does one hide from gods?
With a lot of power.
I can certainly
Joy.
direct you to some people that might have that.
Regardless,
Yeah.
I'm glad you actually are getting to know your friends here.
Oh. Yeah, it's good, at least to have them know, partial truths.
So he says, are you aiming to do partial truths to your friends, or are you waiting for something to
Well,
allow you to open up completely?
it's one of those things where I don't think I'm a bad person,
Sure.
but when I talk about the things that I've done, regardless of whether it felt like it was for a good cause, I still feel like a bad person. And that's not, it's not how I want to be perceived anymore. I mean, it's not really an easy thing to tell a group of people that you are just getting to know in one evening that you are actually a daughter of royalty and you killed your own parents.
Sure.
It's not a thing you can easily say.
I have to say, your past is not as horrific as you think it might be in the grand scheme of things.
Probably not in the grand scheme of things.
Rest of us, maybe.
And I think eventually opening up to them will be good.
Yeah.
That's really all I'm here to say.
Oh, well, thanks. It's probably a good thing at some
Anyway,
point.
and as he hops down, he materializes a tankard full of ale that's way too big for him. Because he's like a gnome and it's this big, so it's his tiny little hand.
It's like 2 fingers.
And says, "Cheers."
Cheers.
I think very soon it's time for your next gift.
Oh.
So keep an eye out, will you?
I mean, I always keep an eye out for you, Yaren. And I wink at him. Oh.
Sure.
Oh, by the way, did you see that one drawing that that Joseph and not Joseph did of you in the temple before it was destroyed?
I did. It's one of my favorite drawings
I
ever.
think of that very often. I think it's one of my favorite things I've used your gift on.
I did enjoy that. Those two are some of my favorite priests.
Oh, they're great.
At least they have some fun.
Hey, might you be able to tell me what this is? Actually, they gave me a present, and I have no idea what it does, and it scares me a little bit.
It refreshed it.
I think it's much more interesting
So
to
just keep it a surprise.
keep it a surprise.
Boy,
Make sure your friends aren't near it.
that's loud and clear.
Great. Or you. Don't throw it at your feet or something. That would be silly. So as the night goes away, Yaren vanishes again. You randomly look away, and he's not there anymore.
Piff.
Is there anything else y'all would like to do this evening?
They wanted me to talk to Damien.
Damien?
Yeah, we did.
That doesn't have to be now, though.
We should call him and then, okay, so if we talked to Johanna the first time we were on the boat and the party was the next day, does that mean this party's already happened?
No, the party was about a week away.
Oh.
I think we're.
Oh, right, a week away. You're right, because you just
Yeah.
got on the boat. So it'll be happening very soon.
But it hasn't happened yet?
Not before the battle,
Okay.
is what I am making as the verdict. As far as that goes.
Okay.
Because I know we called him the first day we were on the boat. And I think people wanted us to call after a few days to see
Yeah.
Yeah.
how things had ended up.
Yep. So you may do that.
So
if
let's
you
call
wish.
Damien.
Okay. Well, what did you guys want me to?
What did he say the other time we talked to him?
That things suck.
Well, we should.
Basically, that he failed to do anything about the.
Cats.
So we should probably ask
What the fuck?
if we can send him help or if he's captured. And we should also ask about the cat tanks. Or just say, can you tell us anything?
New.
No?
New. Anything new?
Oh, anything new.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything? No. What do you mean no? What do you mean no?
All right.
No. We're not calling him. He's busy.
He's dying.
He's probably already dead.
All right.
Yes.
Howdy. Just checking in. Are you? No.
Okay,
Howdy. Just checking in.
so are you safe?
Do you need help?
Or are you safe? Maybe. Or
Have you learned anything new about cats or otherwise
25 words.
that can help?
Oh.
A little time goes by. You hear some sort of panting.
He's still alive.
I'm with the Story military still undercover.
Oh, so at least it's not.
We are marching south from Timpala towards Wandermere. Cat tanks are very invulnerable. We will keep trying, though.
We can talk to
He
him
also
twice.
said we, so that sounds like Jared's not dead either.
Oh, that's good.
Which we
Still
didn't
can't
ask.
read.
Still
He's not gonna learn how to read in the army. It's fine.
Well,
Well, should
That's-
we let?
Should we call him again?
Well, we could call him again, but it doesn't
You've got
sound like
days.
he's gonna.
yeah, I was
No,
gonna say,
But we
could
have
also,
3 a day, and we don't have anything else to.
Just
anyone
saying,
else
should
to
we
talk
let
to. We should-
Johanna know where
Johanna.
you're going?
Johanna.
Boom! I got Kim
Johanna.
Tool. I got her.
You did?
I'm
I
just
got
saying,
her.
should we let her know where the army's going or something?
That probably would be good news.
Intel?
Yeah.
Okay, Jason, we can share this.
We could also check in on Anuka. I mean, they just walked into a flaming city
True.
of demons.
Check on Anuka.
Could do that, yeah.
Alright, I'll call Anuka. Do
Okay.
we have any specific questions for Anuka or just how's it going?
I apologize in advance, Cody.
All right.
Yeah? Any specifics or just
See
What
if
is
they're,
I think
if they're
it's this.
alive
Yes.
and
how the capital is?
yeah, how the capital is, and if they've had any information regarding.
You have
What's
to both
going on?
deepen your voice and also pretend
Yeah,
at a
I mean,
higher
I could
pitch.
just talk like him.
Well, 'cause he also did like a high pitched thing with
Yeah,
his deep
he does
voice.
sort of this. I think it's, yes,
Jason, I got us.
something like
Perfect.
this.
Okay. Well, howdy.
How are you?
How are things? Still to shit.
Miss you.
Hope you're okay.
Wish you were here.
Miss
XOXO.
you, bruh.
How I wish you would.
We just bless you.
So you're just asking in general?
Yeah, yes.
How's things?
What it do, homie?
Okay,
And
so
if
you
there's
hear...
anything they.
5 left.
Yeah, yeah. Anything.
Everyone
Have
says
you
hi?
found out anything?
Yeah,
That's 5 more words.
sure.
Have you?
Found out and
Okay.
Okay.
So you hear a little while later.
Aw, yeah.
Oh, Kieran. It is good to hear from you. Our kala was cleaned up. I am busy spreading the good word.
A good word.
I hope you all are good on your journey. That's all I've got.
You hear me like I'm like listening really hard, and I just go, oh, Jesus Christ.
We just please.
No,
We just please.
I'm picking it up.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
who's Jesus?
All right.
Never heard of it.
So
Hey,
after
it's only
Lilia
5
brings it
a
up.
few days,
It's just been dark for hours, so it feels like it's way
yeah,
later
it
than
feels
this.
like it's way later, but
Well,
it's
and
only
then-
5:39, and we have everyone's character sheet.
And then in terms of the time it took us to get the character sheets, an hour and 40 minutes isn't too bad.
Yeah, hour and 35
Well, and now we
according
all
to the
know each
recording.
other's backstories.
Yeah,
Except I
well,
didn't
mostly.
get to bring up all of my children's pun names.
I mean, now you all like.
I was
We'll
gonna
get
ask,
there.
what is the family origin of Devunded?
It's an old family.
Yes, what's the etymology?
It's a Scorch Pass regular. It's common, like John Smith, but everyone's last name is Devunded.
Devunded?
I like that.
My
or
wife
Dehurt, or
always Devunded. My children save, heal, and never Devunded.
Never.
Never save and heal.
Aw.
it's
And none of them are spelled the way that you would
incredible
want them to
stuff. So that's some additional stuff that happened on the way.
Hooray!
be.